Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 3 of the Orbital construction video set. In this video, I'm relaunching my communication satellites, space station, stuff like that. I had an error happen on my save game file. I killed a bunch of Kerbals, including Jeb and Bill and all them, and so I had to redo it, which actually ended up working out for the best because I was importing new parts that I built myself. For instance, there's a part on this satellite, this communication satellite that is brand new. It's a communications pod, essentially. It's got a area for a communication array, just the omnidirectional antenna to sit that is covered by a heat shield, and you'll see it here in just a second. And then it also has RCS thrusters as well as RCS fuel, batteries, and a mech jeb as well as a reaction wheel. It's essentially a multi-purpose piece, and I'm going to go into the VAB a little bit later and show you a little bit more of it in depth. But it's still a work in progress. The textures aren't finalized, but it does, seem to work, especially if you can see it right there. It's got the different components sitting out. So one thing I realized, I went and was play testing on a different save file for the orbital construction stuff to see if I could still do it, and it turns out it's broken in 2.3.5. 2.3.5, it's broken. It doesn't work. So I have to figure out a way to get around it, which shouldn't be too difficult, hopefully. We'll end up finding out. I'm sure soonish we'll find out if they can fix it or not. But anyway, let's go switch over to the VAB so that way you can take a look at this piece. And there it is, the new part that I had built. I'm just calling it a communications, inline communications device, so that way you can, communicate. Like I said, it's got a built-in mech jeb, which is right there on the lower left. The 4 RCS tanks, the 4 RCS thrusters, the batteries, and the reaction wheel right there in the center. It's not too shabby. I liked it. I wanted to design something that I could be able to use as a multi-purpose device, and I might actually end up making more multi-purpose devices like this. Anyway, there's the door opening where you can hide the communications antenna, which is really nice in my personal and very humble opinion. It is very nice. Yeah, so after this, I'm going to relaunch the scan altered design. I didn't know if you noticed, but on my communication satellite, I had altered the design a little bit to make it a little more functional and a lot less heavy. And same with the scan satellite, I did the exact same thing. And here she is. And the structural supports, the launch pads support stuff. That's all the fastest stuff. I'm sure everyone knows about those. Just something I was playing around with, They're some of the better ones out there. I thought about making my own, but that would just be a little too ridiculous. But here shortly, it's going to go from normal time speed right here to that way you don't have to see the entire launch or take the entire time for the launch, which is much appreciated to most people. But maybe it's not multi-timed. It's just different staging and stuff like that. I guess that's probably what it is. Makes a little bit of sense, I guess. Anyway, so I will be making more parts. As a matter of fact, I did say I was going to launch a shuttle on this episode. I did launch a shuttle. It had a bunch of problems. Fuel for one, and flipping around for another. You'll see. Anyway, the engines that are actually on the shuttle are custom designed by me. It's a mix between 3 already in the game. The Aerospike, the jet engine, and as well as a different looking one. Alright, here's our new scan satellite. It's got a reaction wheel on the back there, three solar panels. It's got all the scanning equipment it could possibly ever need. We'll look up things on the planet or whatnot. And now we're heading over to the new space station because I needed a new one. And here it is. It's kind of sort of the same design. It's a little different. I got the crew on one side, a storage compartment on the other for the rocket parts. On the other side is the fuel tank, and then underneath is the docking node for a space shuttle, as well as a clamp in case you wanted to clamp on to an asteroid with this thing. Which, why would you? Anyway. So eventually, once I get the space shuttle fully working, there's going to be a mission. There's going to be an episode where the space shuttle comes up and docks with this, and I just got to figure out a way to get it to not spin like that. I figured that because in my test game, the reason why that the shuttle had no problem is it did attach to it. Well, I added a crew module so that way you could transfer the crew from the station back down to Kerbal and whatnot. And here we go. Here's our space shuttle. The Mark II parts, I just saw it the other day on the new Kerbal download site. I cannot remember who made it. Just look up Spaceplane Mark II or something to that effect. But that's what the parts I'm using are. And like I said, I've got my engines that I built. And there's a little space probe for launching into space. It's a little ion probe. And there's my engine. Beautiful little thing. And the space shuttle, of course, has the four parachutes, so that way and save the, or as soon as it comes in for a landing, to help slow it down, just deploy those and call it golden. Anyway, let's launch this so that way you can see what's gonna happen, because it makes it to about 13,000 feet, something like that, and then, or not feet but meters, and then it ends up flipping over, and that's not always fun, because I mean, I shouldn't have to explain. You should already know why that's not fun. But here we go to break in orbit, and here we go, about to show you what happens to this wonderful thing. This is something I'm going to work on for the next video. This was just to get you guys another video out. I know that there's barely anybody who watches these, but hopefully I can get some more people watching them here in a bit. But yeah, so I'll have the space shuttle fixed on the next go around. Until then, stay safe. Yeah, I gotta figure out a tagline like Scott Manley or Bob Fitch. It's load, possibly. Yep, see, there we go. Alright, have a good one, guys. Stay safe.